Hello, Matt here. After a long time, update on my Mini. Yeah, that one. And also that one. That's the new one. Funny story. That's the one you want to know about. And that one, well, it's good, it's bad, and it is ugly. So let's get into it. First, let's get the ugly part out of the way. I was filming 40 days of filming. Well, not every piece of video we made is lost, but most of it is because our moron didn't well, put it on my laptop. It was on the SD card on my GoPro, and the SD card died. So I lost about 4, 5, 6, I don't know how many hours. A lot of hours of footage. So yeah. Anyways, that's the ugly part. Let's start with the bad. This is still not sorted. This mother is all... every single problem I have comes from here because I cannot start the car. We did find that we did cut... No, I've broken it apart. But yeah, once I connect this wire, I can read the faults because there was no communication and still is no communication because between DME and EWS, which this is. I couldn't even get to log it in on my diagnostic software, so yeah, this wire was broken. Our mistake, but now that it's fixed, EWS has no problems, still doesn't communicate with DME. Car wants to start, doesn't have the fuel, so there's a problem. As for the fuel, well, we do have a new 40 liters smaller fuel tank. And I think that's the only piece of the video I have saved. That's even before we got the car back. But yeah, now it works. We got the new pump and everything connected, so... Reason for this is, well, it's smaller, it's lighter, and I can drive it smaller amount of fuel. And in the future, if I want, I can build a side exit exhaust because now I have the space. And since we're talking about the exhaust, this will be it. This is the minimum, bare minimum I can get away with. So yeah, from the header down, up until the tank, and then downwards. And as I said later on, I can put a bend in. Need to get some oval piping and get it out sideways so it will exit right around here. Next up, this I wanted to make a separate video about, but I guess not, because I have no footage of doing this. But the roof is on. It's far from ideal. The X was a mistake. We should have gone across. Again, I'm not sure if that would work either, because here there's a hump, there was a big hole here, and there are huge holes right here. But I don't care, it's a race car, the roof is light, we took 8 kilos just with this, so it will do. Now it's on the car, it doesn't get off anytime soon. Still haven't done the interior, have to paint it, but before that I need to finish all of this up. But yeah, as you can see, we have a custom shifter now. That's a newer model shifter, which we relocated from down under up onto the tunnel. And we made it work. As you can see, that I'm really sorry I didn't show you that, and I can't show you that, but we actually cut all of those and welded them in, and it actually works. Not perfect because this one is still bad. I wanted to use a newer one, but it's too long, couldn't get it to work. But yeah, kind of works now. So next up, we need to paint the interior, finally finish the wiring, start the car. This is mostly on. Need to do some reinforcements in the front. This is doing its job, so it should be good. Still haven't connected the wiper. I'm so not getting to that. I don't know why, but I hate it. The idea of it. And yeah, we need to do this door and do the other door. And I think then we are mostly done. Unfortunately, we won't be ready for the first race, which is in 10 days, I guess. Yeah, that's why this is here. Because I'm gonna actually do nothing. This time I will drive a completely stock car. We'll just do the alignment. I don't even have camber adjusters because they changed the rules, so I cannot use that either now. But okay, at least we clarified that now, which is annoying because I could use the coilovers from this car, but these coilovers can't be mounted on this car without camber plate on top. So even though coilovers by themselves aren't illegal, on this car they are. And I know many of the guys in the stock class do have coilovers like that and do have adjustable mounts. So we'll see how that goes, but whatever. For now, next race, 2 races, this car will be stock. It will be driven like that. The good thing is, same class as the beater Clio I have. So race after that, we'll probably have the Clio ready. I mean, it's ready basically, but I just need to register it, and I don't want to register it because I have 6 cars registered already. 5 or 6, I don't know. I need to sell something and then I'll register that car. Anyways, as I said, plan for the Mini. Plan for this Mini, 1 race and done. Actually 2 races because it's a race weekend with 2 races. Now we're also switching to the AX, but to end this video, let me actually make something. So this is what I'll be making. This one is already in. I have another one built. I need to build 2 more, and I need to make spacers. And let me show you how I did that. I need to cut these really precisely. They need to be 12 mil exactly. Then, well, actually, it turned off. But this is 12.5 mil, so I have half a mil of spacing, and I can straighten it up here. Let me show you how I cut them. First things first, we'll mark it like this. So that's exactly 12.57 millimeters. Why 57? Because I don't know. I like the number. Now ideally you would have these machined, but if you're lazy cheap bastard like I am, I don't know if you can call me lazy for doing this myself, but I'm too lazy to find someone to do this and then pay him to do it. And I mean, I like to do stuff by myself. Now that I have it marked all the way around, we'll put it into this groove, which actually benefits me, and we'll cut right next to it. We're not as straight as it gets with an angle grinder, at least. Now you can see, I mean, it's probably too thick now because, yeah, but once I grind it down with this, well, I still need to grind it down a tiny bit more. But for the example, I have 2 of these, and they are basically doing their job. And now let me just show you the control arm we have made. So this is what we've made: chrome moly tubing, 20 by 1.5 thick walls, which is a bit too weak honestly. And these are M12s. One is left, one is right, so you can adjust them on the car. Maybe the other side, because now you're tightening them. Yeah, and you can get them loose like that. And then you can tighten them up again. Tighten them up again. As you can see, it's moving in. So yeah, this crazy cat. This will work wonders. Would I advise you to use this small parts? No. And the reason we are using this small parts is the weight. 545 grams each of these. We have the R50 one. 1.5 kilos. Then you can upgrade with R56 one. 1.1 kilos. Or you can DIY the ones with the rose joints and everything. 545 grams. So half the weight of the R56 and third of the weight from R51s. Now ideally, if I was doing this again, I would use M16 or at least M14 rose joints, and I would use 25 by 1.5. But as I said, name of the game was the weight, and this car is only driven in slaloms and chronometers, which are slow, which have no stress on this part, and this will work. I'm sure of it. If not, I'll lose a wheel, but I can do it free. Just kidding. And as I said, chrome only tubing, 20 by 1.5. So what we'll do now is cut that puppy up. Then I have to measure it. They need to be 44.5, I think, because I don't want to screw them in any bit more than I need, because I don't want them to be too short, because then, well, then I have to unscrew these a lot, and they don't have a lot of threads, so not a lot of adjustability. But for what I'm doing, I just need them to be, well, the size they'll be once I'm done. And these are the ones I bought, which then we will use in here. Right one and a left one. Like that. We'll weld in the gap, grind them down, and then mount them with a counter nut. And then do, this is the right side thread, and then do left side thread on the other side. So yeah, then we'll have 4. Alright, as I said, 45.5. We'll set it in a groove and then twist it. The reason I'm twisting it is to get a straight cut as possible. But before that, I will mark it so I get the marking straight. Now that it's marked all the way around, it's not marked well, but whatever. Not that important. The point of this, as I said, is to get the cut as straight as possible. I mean, look at this shit. So yeah, that's the reason I'm doing it this way. Last but not least, I don't have the burrowing tool, or whatever it's called, probably pronouncing it wrong, you know the one, which you just, yeah. But you don't need special tools to do stuff like that. You can always find some way, some workaround. So, again, we're stuck on, bolted together, left side thread. Always a problem because I never get used to it, but now we'll just screw it in completely. and then be screwed with it. And as you can see, they align under 90 degrees, so we'll just twist this one around. That's it. We're ready for a botched welding job. And we have the finished product. Not yet. We need to paint it black. I see a control arm and I want it painted black. But yeah, let's weld the other one, paint them black, and then I'll show you how I put them in the car. And that will be enough for this video. And now as we leave these two to dry up, so we can put them on the car. Actually, we need to make the small spacer washers, whatever. Still didn't do those. Then we can put them on the car. But show you how to do this. Either way, let's get back to this one that is on the car, which was a proof of concept. So yeah, I knew it works, so that's why I made the rest of them. Either way, downsides. This is in here, so it's pretty hard to undo. There is no central nut, so you have to do it by hand. Not ideal. But as I said, we won't be doing a lot of adjusting. Once we get it adjusted, we'll just tighten it up, and that will be it, and that will be very, very light. Now, being chromoly, they are sturdy enough. As I said, wouldn't use that on a daily driver or on a rally car, but for what we are using this car, they should be good. Again, if I was doing that the right way, 25 by 1.5, and at least M14, possibly M16. As I said, this is only for sprint racing. And this is it for this video, because this car is now, I mean, it's too cold. To glue this in, it took us, I don't know how many days, because this wouldn't cure, and I think it still hasn't cured. Here somewhere, yeah, here. As you can see, and here. And it just takes a lot of time, so I'm done with this car. We're switching to AX, and I need to get the IMO off solution for the DME, because, well, I fucked up. As I said, EWS doesn't communicate with the DME, so we cannot start the car. Also, I fucked up and touched this, and now it didn't touch. That's okay. Again, for now, this is it. In the next video, we are either doing the AX or getting this car ready for the race. Alignment, basically that's it. I won't even change the steering wheel or anything. It's just that one race. Unfortunately, I wanted to code some stuff, but my NCS expert doesn't want to connect anymore. It did yesterday. I did all the changes, and now I cannot load them to the car. I don't know why. It's annoying. And I also need to charge the battery, because actually it's good now. Again, for now, this is it. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe to see how all of this turns out. As always, thank you very much for watching. I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye!